Welcome to Clayline Pottery Studio. My name's Fern and I'm one of the co-owners of our great studio, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about us. We are located at Lawrence and Ellis in downtown Kelowna. We are a community pottery studio.
Membership is the big part of the studio, and it is a community. You're encouraged to talk to the other people, you're encouraged to share your knowledge and improve as a group.
Fundamental to the start of our business was, were we starting an art gym, meaning were we starting a place where people came and rented space, used the space, bought the clay, made things? Or were we going to start really with fundamentals, which were classes? And that was our decision, that if you want to start an art practice, if you want to be successful, and so many people say, I'm not creative, I haven't a creative bone in my body, I don't know how, and they start with a negative side. We said we need to start with foundational lessons and supports and introduce people to a creative practice in a gentle, sequential, and logical way. And so Fern, it's great, she does hand building primarily. She's bringing her entire art practice around design and aesthetics and all of her experiences from being a professor at UBC Okanagan in the Faculty of Critical and Creative Studies. I'm an educator. I bring my art education background. I was a professor, associate dean in the Faculty of Education at UBC Okanagan. And our third partner, Allan, is a scientist, and he's bringing his passion for all things materials, the affordance of chemistry, the importance of physics and mathematics. And so behind me are our beautiful glazes, which are his responsibility, and he's just brought his A game to making them be the best they possibly can.
I would say we have an incredible membership that is very supportive to each other. Some of them have become very good friends with each other and really enjoy coming when some of them are here. So you end up with kind of, I wouldn't say groups, but times where people know others were coming.
I think what's lovely is people come to us in a couple of ways. They come to us just because they already have a pottery practice and they want to work. And so they come as members, and that's pretty darn cool. They get a shelf, they buy their clay from us, and they do their work. And they form a community. They share practice, they share great ideas. It's a real strength through community, through sharing. Other people come to us through what we call date night, which is a 2-hour experience, 2 people, 1 instructor, and they just explore clay. They may have never done it, they may have done it back in high school and they always wanted to do it again, and they bring a partner or a friend. They have 2 hours, they make 3 pieces, they have a great time, and maybe they come back, maybe we never see them again. And then the most organized way, I would say, would be our lessons. And so we have level 1 lesson and level 2, both in hand building and on the wheel. And on the wheel, you learn to center the clay, you learn to throw the clay, you learn to make basic shapes. And that takes place over 5 sequential weeks for approximately 2 hours an evening or a day. And folks really get the basics. I would say they get the fundamentals that at the end of level 2, they're pretty much ready to be independent potters and join our community of practice if they want.
Of the 85 members, probably 75 are dedicated wheel people. We have 11 wheels in the studio for them to use. And probably about 10 people who are dedicated to the art of hand building more than the wheel. Fern offers 2 levels of hand building classes, level 1, level 2, same thing.
As you learn and as you start making things, you perfect these beautiful pieces of pottery, and then some of the artistry comes in the glazes.
We offer workshops in how to make glazes, which is not so simple. How to make big objects, how to segment pieces, how to coil pieces, how to use stains or slips and that type of stuff. Those generally we do on a weekend for those who are interested, and those will be around 10 people in a workshop, whereas we teach classes of 4 to 6. So the studio itself, we try and, like I said, try and make it friendly. We make all of our own glazes here. We have a kiln room in the back where we have 2 scut kilns. Beautiful kilns because they're relatively new, so they're Wi-Fi connected. I can sit at home and see what they're doing. Also, 3 in the morning, I can see that they erred and I can come fix it before it causes a problem. We stock about 30 different colors of glaze for the members, which they can use as they wish. And other than that, usually about 15 different types of clay we have in stock. We dedicate ourselves to plainsmen. So plainsman is our main brand, and we carry all of their clays. Mid-fire, we mid-fire only. We don't high-fire, and we low-fire occasionally. We fire a ton. Many of the smaller studios, you have a problem where you need to fill a kiln, which is about 60 pounds of pottery into a kiln, to get a firing. And so sometimes it can sit for a week or 2 weeks to build up that inventory. If we don't have a kiln running constantly, that's an unusual thing. So at most 3 days you wait for your bisque, and we do cone 6 for the glaze, and there's one running constantly. So 2 to 3 days is usually what you wait for the kiln to fire your pieces. Sometimes it's the same day, same minute, I'm waiting on you. So we've fired those kilns now. Been here for 4 years. We've fired them just under 1,000 times, which is a staggering number. When you think each kiln takes 60 pounds of clay, that's 60,000 pounds of pottery that we've gone through in that period of time. Now that's bisque and glaze, so about 30,000 pounds of pottery the members and the students have made, which is far beyond our expectations ever. That's just fabulous. We started out with 0 members 4 years ago. After about 4 months, we had 6, I think. 2 of them are still with us. And we've just slowly grown the studio, added pieces onto it. We said we would never go above 45 members, and then suddenly we're at 52. We'll never go over that, and then we're at 65, and then we took over a piece next door, and then we were at 75, and that was the maximum. There was no way we were going above that. And now we're about 87. Once again saying, nah, that's it. We're never going to expand again. Stay tuned. We'll see how that goes.
We also have some great members who have taken on the task of going to the Peachland Market every Sunday morning during the summer months, well, from May until sometime in September. And the members of our studio are invited to participate, and they're happy to get lots of work from people. So we also do some other markets at Christmas and during the summer. So once people have built up their supply, given all the presents they need to give, have their kitchen stocked with their own pottery, then people can start selling their work through our store or through our markets.
The moments I love most in getting to work with and teach adult learners is when at the first class I always ask them, what brought you to pottery? Why are you here with us? And inevitably there's someone who says, I don't have a creative bone in my body, but my friend dragged me here, or my husband or my partner brought me here. And by week 3, they say, I never thought I could do this. And by week 4, they say, I need lesson 2, I need level 2, I want to be a member. Because all of a sudden, what they remember is that joy of kindergarten, grade 1, when you say, are you an artist? And they say, yes, of course I am. They raise their hand. And over time, as adults, we lose that. We get into a deficit mindset, and we start saying all the things we can't do. And so I think the thing that's heartened me the most over these 4 years is watching people grow, watching them embrace creativity, watch them fall in love with their own learning. And that's just so heartening.
We had a member who had Parkinson's, and she had a tough time making things. Her hands were shaking so bad, but she loved coming. She persevered and made stuff and made everyone happy doing it. I think my favorite thing is to watch them grow. Like I said, almost everybody, maybe 70 of those members at least, have come through our classes. So you see them when they can't center something, they can't do anything, and then they all head off on their own way. Some of them make fabulous coffee cups, some get into making bigger things, some play with different aspects of it. And now when you load the kilns, I load almost all the kilns, the variety of pieces that you see is amazing. Really encouraging, both as a teacher and a member of the community, the progress and the some of the works of art that have now come through the studio versus just little teeny bowls. It takes time. Throwing takes time, but for those who have persevered, it's been very rewarding, I think.
Regardless of which of the three of us you encounter, you get support. You'll get immediately dragged into positive learning, lots of support, the opportunity to practice. And then I think the biggest gift we offer is a community of practice, a community of people who already have skills somewhere along the continuum, from professional artists right to people who've come through our teaching and now have become potters and now are selling and successful and doing all these things. So what do you get when you come here? Well, you get the three of us and our expertise and our idiosyncrasies and our charm and our warmth. And then you get this community who truly embrace you. And I think that's been the winning formula for our studio, is you get skills, you get access to quality materials, and you get access to probably one of the richest and most supportive communities you're going to find in the art sector. I think you really just need to come into the studio, experience it yourself, drop in, talk to us, come in when a class is on, come in when the members are here, and see what a vibrant, exciting community it can be when people are doing things they love and when they're learning and relearning how to learn. So thanks for watching the video. Please, at any moment, reach out on our website, book a time, come in and see us.
Hopefully you've enjoyed and learned a little bit about the studio, and we look forward to chatting again in the future.